All right, guys, let's talk about smart glasses, because if you have been living under a rock, if you have not been here in 2025, getting into 2026, let me tell you, smart glasses are on the rise and they are coming. If you haven't picked up on it, if you haven't noticed this in my previous videos, I am wearing, and I have been wearing, the Meta Ray-Ban displays for the better half of, we'll say, a couple months here. I got them, I believe, at the beginning of October, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there. But anyway, either which way, that is where we're kind of sitting at. And again, as I have been using these over the last couple of months, I am starting to see an uptick of different companies throwing their hat in the ring and kind of showing, hey, this is what we can do in this space as well. And I'm really believing that there is a big future coming for wearable tech such as these. But if you are new to the channel, my name is Jedi Master Ren, here on the Unapologetic Nerd channel, where we nerd out about anything and everything under the sun. All right, but today, like I said, I want to get into a couple different things regarding these glasses specifically, but also just regarding the future of the wearable, glasses kind of technology. You know what I mean? So these are not the first Ray-Ban, Meta, whatever you want to call them, glasses. We'll say glasses with cameras in them, stuff like that, with the audio capabilities. Not the first time that I've had these. I actually had the very first iteration of these, not even called the Meta Ray-Bans. They were called Ray-Ban Stories. So I had those first ones, and the real reason that I got those is really just because I thought the technology to have an audio source built into a pair of glasses was really intriguing. The cameras, I didn't really care about the cameras in the grand scheme of things. I did end up using them more so than I thought. But again, cameras were not the main reason I went in there. It was really just because I wanted to be able to listen to something with, having a form factor that was in this glasses form where nobody would know that I am, listening to anything or have a listening device. And then transition lenses. That was the biggest thing for me. I've always wanted glasses that could, change into sunglasses when I go outside, and then I come back inside and then they're clear just like they are right now. So those are things that I really did appreciate when I first got those stories. Now, the stories, again, first gen product, they were not very good in the grand scheme of things. The audio quality was very abysmal. I mean, I barely could hear anything that I was trying to listen to unless I was in a very quiet room, and the battery life was as well not very good. And the only thing that I really liked was transition lenses. Those worked like a charm, you know what I'm saying? But the real aspect of it that really just got to me and why I had to stop wearing them was just the fit of them themselves. Again, I got them off of eBay, I believe, so the fit was just not my sizing that I needed. I thought I got the right size. Obviously I didn't, and it just got really tight, so I just did not really wear them. So finally I decided, you know what, I think I want to upgrade and I want to get the next iteration of these glasses. So I went and grabbed the Meta Gen 1s, and then lo and behold, the displays came out, and I didn't even realize that the displays were a thing. So when the displays came out, I'm like, okay, all right, we're gonna have to try to figure out a way to get them. Now, Meta has decided to go a route for you to grab a pair of these that are very just kind of obtuse, we'll say. You know what I mean? You have to go and you have to create a demo, and then you've got to figure out what the sizing is. Sizing for the glasses themselves. They come in 2 different sizes, standard and large, and then they have 3 different sizes for the neural band, which is how you operate the device, right? And how you kind of navigate through the different menus. Now, because this is the kind of a first gen product, they just wanted to make sure that everybody had the correct fit, but also got to understand how to use the neural band, because again, there is a display in these glasses that you cannot see. I wish that I could be turning it on and off in here. I don't want to mess with the glasses because I heard that it messes with recording, so we're not going to do that, okay? Not going to just mess this thing up. But either way, you double tap your thumb and your pinky, your middle finger, and then that's how you turn the display on, and then you kind of just move through it, just kind of like this right here. That's how you get through the different menus while you're navigating through the device. And again, this is one thing with the display that, again, I understand why they wanted the fit, but again, if they just announced kind of like what the different parameters are, like at least, what the different sizing is for these different size bands, 3 goes from this size to this size wrist. We can measure our wrists at home and figure that out, because that's exactly what I did. I got this secondhand. Okay, I went to, again, on Facebook Marketplace. There was a gentleman who was selling it for a little bit over MSRP, which is exactly what I was looking for. So I ended up paying about $100 more than what these cost. These are $800. So I believe he was like $950, somewhere around there, how much that guy charged for these. Did have to drive about an hour and a half, so there was also the driving that, you know, had to equate into that. But either which way, there are people that I'm seeing on Reddit that are waiting months and months and months out, because again, there's a high demand for these things. And Meta, I apparently, for whatever reason, wasn't thinking that they were going to see this much of a high demand for it. So they weren't expecting a lot of people to gravitate towards these. So they were not making a bunch of these for at least the first initial run. Now they're upping that up because they're trying to meet demand. And they've had to stop the international rollout of this because they can't even meet demand in the United States where they're trying to push initially. So again, this is going to happen. This move, this push for these kind of glasses, they are going to be a thing. It's going to happen. We've got Android XR from Google. That's something that I believe is dropping this year, if I'm not mistaken. And they're having their entire suite of apps and their entire suite of just integration with your different cellular devices already out of the gate. They're partnering with Warby Parker and something Monster, Creepy Monster, Little Monster, something like that. But it's a glasses company. I forgot the name, but it's a glasses company as well as Warby Parker, like I said, that they're going to be partnering with to bring these glasses, just like Meta partners with Ray-Ban and now Oakley. They're partnering with these people so that they can bring a new iteration of these display glasses, or just these AI-powered glasses that don't have a display in them, right? So let's kind of talk about my use case, okay, with these guys here, because again, right now, there is not a lot of use case. And that's where I'm saying, like, this isn't a video, this isn't a review, this is kind of me just having a discussion of where I believe these glasses and just this form factor of technology could be going in the future. But it's not, literally just got a message on here, but it's not about like just a review of these, but I do want to kind of tell you my experience with these, right? So again, the stuff that you can do on it, very limited, right? It's, again, like I said before, it is a Gen 1 product, so we are having to, kind of wait for them to iron out some of these different things and these different features that they're wanting. For instance, recently, we just got a update to version 21. I've been sitting on version 18, so we just got a big update to version 21, and it brought in handwriting. So you can now write with the neural band with your hand on either your shirt, not your shirt, but your leg on a table, and you can just handwrite with this thing on here. And that is fantastic. It works beautifully, right? It works just like a charm. The only issue is that you can only use it for WhatsApp and Messenger messages. Now, again, this is an early access feature, so it's not a full-fledged feature that they've officially pushed out, but it is something that is coming within the next, few months. I guarantee, especially with how good it's operating now, I don't see why we can't just open it up to, at the very least, our Messages app. That way we can use it more functionally when we're just messaging anybody and everybody. I use WhatsApp for work. I don't use WhatsApp for anything else than that. So I'm not going to be using that handwriting feature pretty much ever, and that's kind of the other thing that sucks. My other issue with it is that we've got the teleprompter feature that was here, and these are two features that, again, make it to where I can use this device more so than how I'm using it now, and yet I don't even have the teleprompter feature. I could have been using that right now to do this video if I had that feature, but it's not here, yet I do have the update. They like to do this staged rollout thing, and that's just very weird to me. Why am I downloading an update and then I automatically, like in the update, it says this is what you're gonna get in the update, but then I don't have those features when I update the device? It's a little weird. I don't understand why we're having a later rollout of features that are currently in this update. And nowhere in the update notes does it say there is going to be a slow rollout. There are notes elsewhere, like in their blog, that they were doing a rollout of it. But I shouldn't have to go to your blog to see how the update is working. The update comes with the features. I should just have those features, right? It's a little weird. It is a little weird. And again, there are just some little software glitches that I've noticed, and I just feel like they just need a little bit to iron those things out. I'm getting a little irritated, some of these software glitches, like my Meta AI, again, I ask it very standard stuff like, what's the weather outside? You know what I mean? Do this quick division thing for me while I'm at work. I do like that the display will show me, especially for the division, it shows me exactly what that calculation is in the display, so I could just kind of see that as I'm tabulating things on the computer. I do really like that. However, again, sometimes I'll say it and it's like, I actually can't do that. I don't have the power capability to do that. Really? You don't have the power to do that, John? Because I use John Cena as my AI assistant.
Usually it's just a bunch of talking to the camera, and then I do this. I got the horn. Kind of like the band. Your time is up, my time is now. Now. You can't see me.
I can see you, brother, okay? I know you can do it because I've been doing it. It doesn't make any sense. And then you ask it a second time and it just immediately does it. It's like, bro, what? Thought you couldn't do that. What was that? Thought you couldn't do it, right? Come on now. So stuff like that is like, okay, it is irritating, but I do believe that stuff can be ironed out. So I'm still rocking with it, right? I'm not to the point where I'm like, like I said, I bought it secondhand, so there's no taking them back from me, you know what I'm saying? But it's one of those where should I immediately jump onto these Android XRs when they come. Obviously, I have a foldable phone. I've got the Galaxy Z Fold 7. So I'm on Android already. And that's why I'm seeing these glasses coming out, and I'm seeing the ones that have some parity with my device here. And it is making me want to jump ship. It's making me not jump ship. Well, yeah, jump ship with these. It's making me want to try those ones out. And the other aspect of it is that Apple is said to be coming out with some of these glasses as well. I don't know about this year, but I believe we're at least going to see some kind of announcement, some kind of discussion about Apple's glasses this year. I see them going away from that $3,000 headset that none of their actual consumers that have their products are going to be able to get, like the mass majority. So I see them getting away from that and going to more of something that's more this form factor. The Android, they're making some, I don't know if I believe I said it already, but they're making some that are like the Meta Gen 1 and 2s, that don't have a display. They're just, you have an AI assistant in here with your cameras and whatnot, but then they're also making a display version of these, and some other products as well. But we're only focused on the glasses form factor. So there's also another pair that just launched at the tail end of last year. They're called Ray Neo. I don't remember, I think X3. Those ones, again, have a built-in display, but the display is invisible. They say it's invisible. It is not as invisible as this one. I don't care what you say. I've seen multiple videos of people with this one, close-ups with this one, people using it with this one, and I don't see the screen. If they have it on full blast, right, if they've got the brightness on up at 100%, then yes, I can see it. But if it's at a normal rate, if you've got auto brightness on and it's adjusting for the light that's coming in, you can never see it. And every Ray Neo video I've seen, if I can see the screen when no, it's not on at all. I've seen it when they've just got it closed and they're just holding it over here and looking at it, right, doing it for their B-roll. I can see the glimmer of the screen in there, brother. Like that's not cool. And then we say this thing too. A lot of people have been saying, oh, those Ray Neos, they have a lot more capability, which they do. They have a lot more functionality in the things that you can do. Again, with these, it's basically more so just for, again, taking your pictures. You do have a little capture in there so you can see the video and the pictures that you're taking as you're taking them. You can, when you're talking to the Meta AI, you can see your different conversation. You can see it pop up in there. It's, serving you up the kind of like an image based on whatever you're asking it. And then messaging. That's really it. And we've got 4 different things for messaging. Just regular messenger with your app, your phone app. You've got Facebook Messenger, Instagram messages, and WhatsApp messaging. All of these messenger apps. There is a, walking, what is it called? Walking GPS, right? Basically gives you directions on where you're going, only walking for right now. And then that's pretty much it. There's other stuff on there, but I mean, the other things, it's like captions, it's just different things that I'm not really using. So again, the most that I'm getting out of is just communicating with different people right now and taking the pictures and having that little, that viewfinder basically in my glasses where I can see what I'm taking a picture of or what I'm taking a video of. Other than that, there's not a lot to do on them. And again, the Ray Neos fix that problem because you can sideload a bunch of apps on there. But when you start sideloading apps, like if I were to try to put YouTube, which you can do that, you can sideload YouTube. It's not real YouTube, but you can sideload something that gets you to YouTube on those Ray Neos. You're using it for that. you're gonna get about 45 minutes to like, and I think it said 45 minutes to like an hour and a half of battery life. An hour and a half is pushing it. If you're using it like that, you're using it for, you know, Instagram, again, side loaded, so it's not real Instagram, but if you're using it for different apps like that, you're not getting the battery life out of it. And it is binocular display. So this is a binocular display. It's only in this one eye where the, what is it called? Where the screen comes in. Those radios are binocular. So it is more, it's easier for people to kind of wear them all day and to see that screen. I guess, you know, for me, this screen has not been an issue at all. My wife actually just asked me, she immediately got a headache when she put it on and, you know, kind of played around with the screen. Her headache started almost immediately. And she asked me, is that something that's happening with you? Are you getting headaches? Not getting any headaches at all. Don't know why that is for me and it is for other people I've heard, but again, to each their own. But like I said, I do believe that these glasses are the future. Again, we've got Apple coming out with theirs. We've got Google coming out with theirs. We may even see Samsung come out with their own specific version of them that are specifically pair with Galaxy devices. You know what I mean? That where you have even more of that parity, just like Google has their own phones, their own Apple Watch. This is their Android XR. That's going to be their thing. But then maybe Galaxy and Samsung, they're gonna do their own thing in the glasses space as well. I'm telling you, I just think that this is going to be, maybe not gonna be taking over our phones just yet, but I do believe that this is going to be taking over that kind of space that the Apple Watch and the, you know, smart watches kind of did back in the day, where smart watches just kind of came out and then they just integrated into our lifestyle. And I think that that is where we're headed with these glasses and the technology that comes with them, having an AI assistant up here to help you with day-to-day stuff. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of AI, more so for creative aspects, but using AI as a tool in that respect, you know, like asking it, hey, what the heck is that over there? Like, I don't know what that is. Tell me, please. I need help. You know, stuff like that I can see. You know, it's basically like Google, but a lot faster. But again, if we're trying to ask for, like, you know, times of when things are closed and how late they're open, maybe we actually go to the business's actual thing. You know, I've had that happen. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that's all I've got for you today, guys, on the Unapologetic Nerd channel. I have been your unapologetic nerd, Jedi Master Ren, and as always, if you have made it all the way to the end of this video, that means that obviously you like hearing this dude rant about whatever, all right? Really, we're ranting about nerdy things, okay? I think the next video might get back to some gaming stuff, right? Okay, yeah. Anyway, if you've made it to the end, why don't you go down below there, hit that subscribe button, all right? Because we have made it past, because I can't even say to 100, we're already over 100 subscribers. Let's keep it growing, all right, guys? So again, if you made it to the end, hit that subscribe button down below, hit that like button. Let's get these videos out there. Let's get some other people seeing them, all right? By all means, let's get you out of here.